Hi, welcome to microtechie YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to understand the difference between nested ifs and the new formula ifs which Microsoft has introduced in 365 version. Now, nested ifs are sometimes becomes very complicated when you're checking like 10 conditions or 15 conditions. Sometimes people hesitate to go to that approach because if something goes wrong, the biggest challenge you guys face is which if I did the mistake, where exactly it is going wrong. I have to take a lot of time in troubleshooting it. But whereas when it comes to ifs, those are the things which are taken care. So they have reduced your complexity a little bit, and the troubleshooting time is also very less because the formulas will not have too many brackets, too many ifs inside. It's only one if and only one open and one close bracket. So if you are a person who is involved in checking multiple conditions on a single value and you write multiple if formulas and you feel it is too overwhelming, then yes, you have a solution for your problem, which is ifs. So let's get into the Excel screen and let's solve a scenario to understand it better and see how ifs is reducing the complexity when it comes to multiple condition checking on a single value. All right, so here we are in Excel to understand this ifs and the nested ifs. Guys, in case if you want to use this Excel, you can download it from the description section. I've given you the downloadable link. You can practice it after watching the entire video also. Let's go ahead and continue with our scenario. So what is actually been presented in front of you is I've given you the transactions, and the third column is telling you how many days this payment has been pending. So the customer has not released the payments for these transactions, and we have them listed down already. Now, to make my data analysis quite easier, so what I am trying to do here is I would love to categorize my pending payment transactions into literally six different categories, right from A till F. So I would put a transaction under the category A if it has been pending for less than 30 days. If it's between 31 to 45, then I'm going to put it under the category B. 46 to 60 under the category C. Likewise up to the category F for those which are more than 90 days. So let's do a quick change. How do I approach this requirement? So let's live the life of a nested if formula writer, and let's see how this is going to be in the real time. So equal to if open bracket, and I'm going to go ahead and select the value which I want to check it, and the condition which I want to check is less than 31. If it is less than 31, then I want to present it as the category A. In order to make sure this cell does not change when I drag the formula, so I'm going to make it constant by pressing the F4 key, comma, I'm going to go for checking the next condition, because if this is not less than 31, I have other categories to check, so I want to use another if formula. So this is what we generally do, writing one if inside the other one to check the next criteria. Same cell, but the condition what I'm going to check is for the second category, whether it is less than 46. If so, then it belongs to the second category. I'm going to go ahead and get this done quickly for the rest of the conditions so that we can quickly understand why ifs is quite comfortable when it comes to checking multiple conditions. We don't have to put a lot of brackets, a lot of if formulas together, and if something goes wrong, we don't have to struggle a lot in understanding where the things are going wrong. Yeah, so watch it. Finally, if all these conditions are not as satisfied, then obviously it's going to fall under the next one, so which is the F category. So which I want to select that. I'm going to close the bracket, one for the last if formula, the next one, the next one, next one. So I have to make sure that I've closed all the brackets perfectly. I hit enter, and then I'm going to drag the formula down, get the work done. And again, you could see we literally used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if formulas together, and there are a lot of brackets involved in it, and the closing brackets are also a lot, which is a normal approach which everybody writes until the ifs was introduced to us. Now let's go ahead and resolve the same requirement using the ifs formula, which is the latest formula we got from Microsoft. So let's go ahead and write this formula equal to ifs open bracket, same way we do it in the normal if formula. The value which I want to check, the condition I want to check, and if the condition is met, what I want to display is this one, comma. Now watch it, it's asking me a logical test too, But whereas in the normal if formula, here I would be seeing value false, where I would be writing another if formula, because only that will give me logical test parameter. But here I get the logical test without even writing the next if formula to check my next condition. So there's no need to write one more if. It is enough if you just go ahead and start listing down your conditions on the values. So go ahead and select my actual value and select my actual condition, and what's the result I want to give it if it is true, and this is the one I'm going to freeze it. Now this is where, what's it, no more multiple ifs, no more multiple ifs. It makes my life easier. I'm simply going ahead just like the flow, and I am going to keep giving how many ever conditions I have it, and this is the way I've been going, provided I'm checking all those conditions on the same value. Yeah, that's very important. And I'm going to go for the final one. And if that is taken care, now watch it. This is where you need to be a little bit cautious when you write ifs formula. So if this condition is not met, obviously the value is going to be 91 and above, isn't it? So if it's 91 and above, we really want to display the category F. But here what it is asked is logical test, not value of true. So that means a test has to happen here and the result of the test has to be true, but we don't have any checking to be done here. In case if you want to do it, you can still write like C7 greater than 90 and you can have it. But the easiest way, what Microsoft is suggesting you, when you're going for the final result, when nothing is satisfied, this is what I want, the way you present that is using simply the logical text true, and then you got the value of true component, which is the last result. So the true is nothing but if none of them is met, this is what I want, because that is what you're defining by that word true followed by the actual result, what you want to display if nothing is. So if you see the comparison between the nested ifs and this one, the first thing I avoid is multiple if before each condition. The second difference is no multiple closing brackets, multiple open brackets. It's simply one opening bracket and one closing bracket. Third, the critical component when you write, or the critical difference when you write ifs formula, is the final condition. If nothing is satisfied, this is what I want. The way you define it is use the Boolean text or the logical text true, comma, the actual result, what you want to display. If nothing is met, this is my final result, and that has to come after the word true. So when I hit enter, when I drag it or double click to fill in, we got it. In case if you want to cross check whether both are giving the same result, I'm just going to copy this formula from this sheet and go to my sheet 1 where I wrote the nested ifs formula. I'm going to paste it over here, and we have done this by using the ifs approach. And we're just going to double click to cross check. Both of them are completely the same result, but look at this where we talked about multiple if, multiple brackets, but here nothing like multiple ifs and multiple bracket. It's pretty straightforward approach. Okay, I hope you got the difference between the ifs formula and the nested ifs formula, and remember that this ifs is really a good deal provided you're checking multiple conditions on a single value. So when you check multiple conditions on a single value, instead of writing a nested ifs, why don't we try the ifs formula? Yeah, so that's what the objective behind this entire video. I hope you guys liked this video. Share it to your friends and colleagues if you feel they would also get benefited. If you are the first time viewer of our channel, do not forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell icon, so that next time when we post an interesting video like this, you will get notified. And we'll meet again with another interesting content. Until then, take care of yourself. Signing off, Hariharan.